Oh, it's so good. I love that opening so much. I'm actually gonna go on a bit of another rant here. He fucking should have chose Rem. What's going on, guys? Runak back here with another anime reaction video. Today we are checking out all of ReZero's openings and endings as voted by you guys. You know, I put up a poll with a couple of options, and you guys wanted to see this. At the time of recording, it has the most votes. Sorry. And to the two of you that voted for Gurren Lagann, you guys are my favorite. You guys, I love Gurren Lagann so much. I wanted an excuse to listen to the opening. But yes, we're checking out ReZero. I will eventually check out the Chainsaw Man endings as well, but this is the priority at the moment. Also, in regards to my YouTube and stuff tonight, I am going live on Twitch with more of the Fate visual novel. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to the description below. But without further ado, let's just get right into it. As always, please leave more suggestions down below, and we'll check them out. This opening's such a banger. I have watched all of ReZero. I am up to date. So I have heard these openings, but it has been a while since I've watched the show. Oh, Rem. Oh, best girl. They're such good openings. I don't remember the endings. Oh. It's such a good show. I can't wait for season 3. I'm so excited. Ah, beautiful opening. I love the visuals because it hints at like the power very early on, like what it is actually. It's him, you know. I'm rambling, but yeah, it's such a beautiful opening. The song itself is amazing. I love it so much, but I love how like dark and gritty the opening is, of just like the constant death. He's like passing it on to the other version of him, trying to rewrite the past. But it's such a cool concept. I love it so much. I don't know if any of you have seen Summertime Rendering. That's such a good anime. It's a similar concept to like how ReZero works, with him dying and then coming back like a couple days before he died and stuff like that. It's a similar concept, but it does it so well. Almost better than I feel like ReZero does it. But I just love this show so much. Except for when he chooses Emilia instead of Rem. I can never forgive that. I can never forgive the choosing of Emilia over Rem. I'm such a big fan of the slow songs. I say this every reaction, but I just love them so much. Whoa. Okay. Ah, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Oh, it's such a good, like, even if the songs weren't shit, I still weren't good. I really love the anime itself. Like, it's just so. I don't know how to explain it. I love that Subaru is weak as well, if that makes sense. Like, I love that he's not overpowered. I feel like you get that way too often. I love the fact that he has to rely on the fact that he has died and done this multiple times to get the perfect outcome. You know, I like that it's not like a thing of like, oh, he's just, you know, he constantly killed himself on purpose to train for hundreds of thousands of years to become the greatest swordsman in this world. You know, like it's like no, he's fucking terrible at what he does, but he just tries so hard that he ends up succeeding and getting the outcome he wants. That he thinks about it, he strategizes after reliving it. He doesn't just become overpowered. You know, even when he gets the other authorities, it's like it's such a weak version of what we've seen of it, but he makes it his own and utilizes it in a way that makes him strong and able to succeed where others would have failed. And I love that. I'm gonna try to stop rambling now. I'm just trying to focus because I feel like I'm talking more about the show than chills. This so all the openings are so good. This is freaking me out every time this pops up. The openings are so good. Like it's so hard to get consistency, but they all feel like very like they belong so hard in the shows for the seasons as well, which is really hard to get as well for is like contrasting with the opening and the endings. Like the openings are usually like very like doo doo like upbeat, not upbeat I should say, but like very like intense, whereas the endings are usually calm. And while you usually have like a good example is like Kaiju number eight's opening and ending, like the opening of that show focuses on the kaiju, whereas the ending focuses on the defense force people, our main characters that we follow. And it's the same here. Like the opening centers more about Subaru's struggle trying to save and get the perfect outcome, whereas this ending focuses on Emilia. And I really love that contrast between the two. It's always great when it does that because it gives you the multiple perspectives of the characters. Ah, I love this opening solely for the fact like it has this song plays during one of the best moments in the show, where he activates his invisible providence, I think is what he calls it. Also, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause it again. I absolutely like. I haven't watched a lot of isekai, maybe like four or five, but I love that you have such an intense focus on his own world. Like you focus on him thinking about like what's his parents going through, you know, like that he's gone, but he has to move on and grow from that, like because he doesn't know if he'll ever get to go back or even if he would want to. But you have that focus on that. You don't really have other shows do that, from what I've seen. The only one I've watched that has was Mushoku Tensei, where like he wasn't didn't want to go back to his previous life, but he still had his fear of going outside from that life. He didn't overcome that. He was still growing and stuff like that. And I like that aspect of him. You know, he's a piece of shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending Rudis at all. But I love the fact that he actually has growth. You know, he starts off as this pervert and afraid of everything, but then he overcomes his old fear from his previous life. He gets over that. And then he eventually somewhat grows. You know, he had the opportunity to sleep with Eris, and he was like, "Wait, hang on a second. Like, you're going through some stuff right now. Are you really thinking about this? Like, you know, like we shouldn't do this." And where it's like at the start of the show, he would never have said that. He would have like just gone straight for it. But he grew, and I love that aspect of it. Even though he is still like a piece of shit, you know, a perverted piece of shit. I do love the growth and the potential for more growth from him. You know, I like following him, even if he still isn't the greatest person. I love following that. And it's the same with Subaru. Like, he's a piece of shit at the start, but he grows. And you eventually, like, want to see him do well and succeed, especially in Season 2, when you get him focusing on the emotional element of him coming to this world and him constantly dying. I ranted on for a bit there, but Like, even this opening is focusing so much on the emotional aspect of all these events. Ah, it's so good. Keeps pushing forward. Oh, it's so good. I love that opening so much. I'm actually gonna go on a bit of another rant here. He fucking should have chose Rem. I hate this bullshit of like, oh, he saw Emilia first, that's why he loves her first, and Rem is second. No, he actively, right, I'm saying this. He's died multiple times trying to save everyone, but he actively killed himself, like committed suicide, jumped off a cliff, stabbed himself in the throat to save Rem. And he still didn't choose her. He rejected her. Even after this moment, that beautiful moment of him like feeling how he's a piece of shit, and her saying like, no, you're not. Like, you're the person I love. You know, I accept you for who you are. You don't need a chair. And I'm like, fuck, this is emotional. And then he just straight up rejects her, and I'm like, fuck this show. I hate it, but it's so good. I'm sorry. Rem supremacy. Season 2, like, they somehow, the openings and endings are better than season 1 in my opinion. Like, I love them so much, but it's also like crazy how much improvement there was in the story from season 1 to 2. Like, season 1 had great story and everything. Another banger. This was a banger, like, undisputably. But season 1 had great story, great character growth and stuff like that, especially towards the end of it. But season 2 just like, I don't know, I wasn't bored with it. Like, season 1, like, you were constantly like going to different locations, him reliving different moments, whereas this season 2 was just him in the sanctuary. But I wasn't bored of it at all. Like, I enjoyed every single episode. And I was emotionally enthralled. Especially with like his moment with Beatrice and him, I love season 2 so much. It's so good, and I'm so excited for season 3. It's been too long, but it's coming this year, so I'm excited. Fuck yeah! Again, I fucking love how the first opening was focusing on Subaru, And this one's focusing on Emilia and Beatrice, and I love it. Like, it's focusing on other characters. Fuck yeah! Oh, I'm getting chills! Ah, when they arrive! Ah. The worst part about season 2 was there was no Rem. That's the worst part about season 2. Season 2 would have been perfect if there was more Rem. I'm just saying. Ah! Oh! I love this ending so much! This is like one that I listen to on a daily basis. Like, this resonates with me so much now. Especially with that moment between him and Beatrice. It's such a good song. Ah, it's so beautiful looking. Even if it is Emilia, I'll accept it. Like, look at this animation, bro. It's so beautiful. It's so good. That's the last one, right? Yeah. It's so good. Like, it's crazy to me. That one's, like, such a beautiful, like, again, just a great song. Visually, the animation was beautiful, but not a lot happening in it, and I love that. I don't need a lot to enjoy an ending or an opening. You know, it's just beautiful. Like, the song itself just is incredible. All you need, like, put a blank screen there and just play the song, and I'm satisfied. I'm more than satisfied. It's so good. Oh, fuck. Oh, I can't wait for season 3. Soon there'll be more Rem. Yes. More Rem. But that's gonna do it from me, guys. Leave a like if Rem is better than Emilia. If you are Rem supremacy, leave a like. Let me know what else you'd like to see in the future. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye.